We are back once again for the finale of Storyteller the Lost Chapters. After all of these episodes, all these months, and all these puzzles, it's just us and like probably 9 puzzles left. So let's get into it with Lineage. Peachy remarries. Peachy remarries. I mean, first thought is, Peachy gotta get married once if you want to remarry. So Peachy and Tiny are gonna fall in love. And the only way that she is going to unmarry here is if she finds out the surprise, you married your son, which is a little bit weird. I think you should probably know a bit better here. But then Peachy and Haiti get married and they are good. That is 1 down. Easy. Beautiful. I'm sure it's only going to get more complicated from here, though. And now we have Haiti drinks poison. First thought is... So Haiti would only drink poison if they killed someone and regretted it. Because there's no marriage here. There's no way to marry someone. Haiti is going to find out that Tiny is their son. And then they are going to have a really big fight. They're going to get like super heated about it. And Haiti, being an unreasonable person, is going to push Tiny to their death. And then maybe they'll be hit with remorse. No, they don't care. They don't care at all. What happens? Can you find out that you're related to a ghost? No, the ghost is just pissed as hell. Okay, so finding out that you're the father doesn't matter. What if you find out the other way around, maybe? If you find out it's your dad, maybe Haiti has more of regret if it's his father he's killing as opposed to his son, right? No, still don't care. Okay, huh. We also have Greenie here, and we also have Kidnap. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what it might be? Hang on. I'm Steve. Think that the whole family thing is wrong. So for Haiti to drink poison, I think that the first thing that has to happen is they find out that Tiny is their son, and then Tiny and Greenie are gonna get into it. And now they're getting into a heated fight here. Like, they're pissed as hell. And Tiny is going to kidnap Greenie out of rage. And then I think maybe possibly Haiti, knowing nothing, will just save Greenie. Because, he isn't, he's hateful, but he's not that bad. And then Greenie, having been imprisoned, is going to kill Tiny. And with Haiti's son now dead, and all of the remorse coming through, Haiti will drink in memoriam of his lost child. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, I guess, would they have done this without the prison? No. Maybe they, like, yeah, so he only pushes him if he goes to prison. So, honestly, I got lucky with that. But hey, all right. Next puzzle. Peachy avenges her son whom she fought. Okay, first thought, Peachy. And then she has her son. And then her and her son have to fight. And that is the son and who she fought sorted. So now we have to have some kind of avenging here. First thought, hey. Haiti, if you fight Tiny as well, you're gonna kill him. You're pushing him right off the cliff. So Tiny's dead. And Peachy is now without son. Very sad and very scared here. But they're gonna find out that Tiny, their beloved baby boy, was killed by Haiti. And they will roll to the hill where Haiti awaits his cruel fate. Do you not care? Are you chill with this? Maybe let's do it this way. Oh my god, why does the order matter? What? Hang on, hold the phone. So, this is crazy to me because apparently Peachy will only avenge her son if they fight before they know they're related. I'm not gonna ask questions. This is above my pay grade. This is not for me. Not my fight, not my horse. But let's go on to the next one. Tiny gets revenge on his brother-in-law. Okay, brother-in-law. What is a brother-in-law? This means that Greenie is going to be the father of Peachy and also the father of Haiti. So this means that they're siblings. And then Peachy and Tiny need to fall in love. But how do I get Haiti to kill someone? Haiti is not mad at any single person here. And if we try to make Haiti marry his sister, they're not chill with it. This is where they draw the line. So maybe it's the order that matters. Maybe, let's do it this way. So Peachy and Tiny fall in love. And then Haiti tries to make a move on Tiny, who turns him down because of Peachy. Now he's jealous. So with this, now, will Haiti kill Peachy now? Yes, he'll kill Peachy now, but they're not brother-in-law, and we can't make her It's just a dead ghost, and you don't really care that much. What if we instead... What if now Haiti finds out that Greeny's his father? So now these two are siblings, which means that Haiti is the brother-in-law of Tiny. And this time, when Haiti kills Peachy, he is killing his sister. And then Tiny comes back and avenges his beloved Peachy, killing her brother-in-law. No. What? Why does this not matter? Huh? Wait. Tiny gets revenge on his brother-in-law. Does he not know? Oh, wait. Okay, you know what? I foolishly made the mistake. I thought Tiny had to be alive. What if instead Peachy turns down Haiti? Haiti finds out they're related, but he still holds a grudge, so he kills Tiny. And now Haiti's sitting here watching the body of Tiny float in the water. He gets scared off the cliff by the ghost of Tiny, who, I mean, I guess he gets revenge. 2 people dead. Peachy lost a brother and a husband. Weird struggles. I don't really know what's up with the dwarves, but we let them go. And now Peachy kills her rescuer. I mean, first thought is that Peachy and Greeny need to fight. And then Peachy's guy has to end up in prison. Peachy's in prison, and Greeny is gonna lock her up. But now, with this happening, Tiny saves the day. So we got the first part of it done. We now need to have a reason for Peachy to kill Tiny. Now, why would she kill Tiny? The only way she holds a grudge is if someone she's related to dies. So I guess maybe Peachy finds out that she's related to Greeny. She's the mother. They're still not exactly on great terms, but they know that they're family here, right? So this maybe absolves them of all this shit. And I mean, we'll let me find out. Will Greeny kidnap Peachy again? Yes, he still holds a grudge. So this doesn't maybe help that much. He doesn't care about Tiny. But if he goes here, he also doesn't care. That means that we have to find a way. We have to find a reason for Peachy to kill Tiny now. I mean, will he feel guilty? No, he won't. Okay. So Tiny saves the day. If I was one of the 7 dwarves, and I was trying to save Peachy and then get her to kill me, what would I do? I mean, someone has to die. Tiny doesn't care like that, right? No. What happens if Tiny finds out that Peachy's his daughter? Now is he gonna be mad enough? Is he gonna kill Greeny? No. What if we do this earlier? Now he will. Okay. So now he'll kill Greeny, but if there's a seance, it doesn't fucking matter, because Peachy cannot stand Greeny. She doesn't, like, she's not gonna push him off for this. She doesn't care at all. She's chill with it. She's happy he took him down. The only way I think she maybe cares is if... Let me try this. Put you here, put you here. What if Peachy finds out that she is related to Greeny and then they fight? So they're related, and now they're fighting. And now, so he gets pushed off the cliff. And Peachy finds out that her son was killed. And she's a little bit more shocked about this because she cares about her son, and she still actually doesn't care at all. Okay. How do we get you to kill your rescuer? So there's a seance for a reason. I mean, if someone kills Peachy, can you find out you're related after you put them in jail? I'm assuming probably not. No, you can't, because you're in jail. Okay. We need a reason for her to kill Tiny, effectively. Because Tiny right now, he saves her, he's pissed off, and he's pissed off enough that he will kill Greeny. Seance, this doesn't matter. Greeny is dead, and Peachy doesn't give a fuck about Greeny. He's kind of irrelevant and whatever. Maybe if they fight, maybe now she'll get pissed off, because now he's done 2 wrong things, and that means... No, she's just pissed at him. Okay. This doesn't really matter. What if I change the order? What if she finds that he's a killer after they fight? Nope, still doesn't care. Okay. I mean, if she locks him up and he gets out, but there's no way for him to get out, because she's not going to save him. Ghost of Greeny is pissed at him too, so now he's just tormented in hell. I gotta reframe. I have to reframe my brain right now. I'm not locked in. I'm not aware of anything. So, Peachy kills her rescuer. I think the only way this happens is if Peachy finds out that she's Tiny's son, and then her and Greeny get into a big fight. Like, they're pissed as hell now. And then Greeny has to lock her up in jail, where Tiny will come and save the day. So now Tiny's pissed off. Peachy is happy. And where do we do from here? So we need a reason for... So, because right now, Tiny's pissed and he will kill Peachy. Or no, he will kill Greeny, rather. Greeny's dead, but this doesn't piss off Peachy because she doesn't care about Greeny right now. Because Greeny's kind of whoever. Right? This does nothing. So that means that there has to be some level of relationship here. So maybe Peachy finds out now that Greenie is her son, right? So now she knows this is her son, and he's still pissed at her. But I think maybe that's okay. Maybe she doesn't care that much. So now Greenie, well, he's sitting there thinking about how he has a mom that he hates. Tiny's gonna push him to death. And then Peachy's gonna have a seance where she finds out that Greenie, her son, was murdered by her other son. And also her rescuer. And because apparently this is the only way that they know how to do justice in the dwarf world, she's going to kill her son. Without being... And apparently that's also the secret puzzle ending. I don't even know how to do it with her dying. But we got it done. We got the secret puzzle ending too. Cool. Fun. And now we have Haiti murders son to avenge his daughter. Okay. So first thought, Haiti murders his son. So that means that he has to have Tiny as a son, and Haiti needs to, we'll say, have Peachy as a daughter. So we need both these panels. Haiti has two beautiful kids, Tiny and Peachy. And now we need a reason for him to kill his son. What can happen, I guess, is maybe there's an affair. Maybe Peachy and Tiny, they're in love. But then Peachy, she's a little bit, she's kind of walking around a bit. So Tiny gets heartbroken. And he, I don't think, is heartbroken enough. He doesn't kill anyone ever, right? Like he never, ever, he doesn't kill. He just gets upset. Yeah, he doesn't have it in him to really go for a kill here. But what can happen? What happens if Haiti sees it? Because now Haiti's mad. And Haiti will, with this information, Haiti, I think Haiti will kill Greenie. Yeah. And he'll also kill his daughter. Okay, this is complicated. So if Haiti watches an affair, he will kill either person involved if one of the kids is his child. Regardless of anything else. Except for this. Except for if he finds out that's his daughter after. Because apparently, I think the way it works is if they find out they're related after being pissed off, they stay pissed. But if they find out before, it's like he's forever happy. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that his daughter is cheating on his son, which is also weird because I guess, who knows? Who knows? I guess they draw the line there. So how do we get him to murder his son? I mean, maybe what happens, maybe we're right here. Maybe the order is the important thing. Haiti finds out Peachy's his daughter, and then he finds out that Tiny is cheating. So Tiny is having an affair with Greenie. And then Haiti finds out that his son is... who had an affair with his daughter is also his son. I don't know. It's complicated. I don't exactly know what goes on in their world. But with this new fact, Haiti is going to kill his son to avenge his daughter. Maybe not. I don't actually know fully. Well, maybe, and now Tiny will kill Haiti. And now Haiti will kill Peachy. Nope, okay. No, that's not it. We have another guy named Bluey who I haven't fucking used yet. Maybe he's important. Probably not. I think the main issue I'm running into right now is I don't know how to make Tiny as the son kill anyone. What happens if Tiny sees someone fall in love? So Tiny sees his dad fall in love with two guys, or Greenie. So now he's pissed. Tiny's mad right now. Is Tiny mad enough to kill someone though? Yes. So Tiny will kill someone only if they cheat on a relative. That's where he draws the line. That's his line. What a strange moral compass you have, Tiny. You got cheated on, you're like, nah, it's fine. But if you cheat on my dad, I'm fucking pushing you off a cliff to your death. I don't even care. Haiti murders son to avenge his daughter. So now we need a way for any of this shit to happen. Maybe it's Peachy, actually. Yeah, he still gets mad, huh? So now that Peachy... So Peachy's lover is dead. And she finds out, and now she's pissed at her brother. So is she gonna kill him now? Okay, so this is just needlessly complicated, actually, huh? Maybe the order matters. Maybe this is another situation where... Maybe Tiny finds out that Peachy... You know what? I think that's actually what the issue is. Hold on. Wait, let me cook really quick. So Haiti murders son to avenge his daughter. First thing, Haiti's son is Tiny. And Tiny loves his dad. He loves his dad so much, so when he's with Peachy, he is over the moon excited. But then Tiny sees something he's not supposed to see. And Peachy and Greenie have an affair, and Tiny wants Peachy dead. And now, normally what would happen here is Tiny kills Peachy. But to make things more complicated, to really spice this up a little bit, Haiti is going to find out that Peachy is his daughter, making their whole affair thing kind of really weird. But we're going to ignore that because Peachy, reflecting on her lover being her father, which is weird, gets killed by Tiny. Killed to death by Tiny. And Haiti is beside himself, heartbroken, and he goes to speak to the ghost of his daughter, only to find out that his son was the murderer. And now, Haiti, awaiting his time to strike to avenge his lost daughter, kills his only son. His family has fallen, he has nothing left, but justice is kind of served. And that is the end of Lineage. Which brings us, guys, to the final chapters. This is it. Oh, this is a lot of panels. Knight and maid have a royal wedding. Okay, so my guess for this is that the knight and maid have to get married and they have to both have crowns. Which also means that they have to hate the queen and the king respectively. So first thought here, let's go the normal way. The queen is going to watch the maid and the king have an affair, which she cannot stand. So while this happens, she tosses the king, he goes to prison, and then I think from here, I think the maid is going to save the king. And she's pissed off now. And with her mad at the king, maybe possibly, no, she doesn't care still. Maybe, you know what, maybe the maid saves the king, and then the maid arrests the queen. Well, now no one has a crown. Actually, there's no crown in the game. So the queen is arrested. She's kidnapped. And now, with her kidnapped, the knight is going to save her. And they're happy. And with this in mind, the queen and the knight are going to fall. No, she's still in love with the king, who cheated on her. Maybe the queen's going to get her crown back. And now she's not going to marry the knight still, because she still loves the king. And he's not going to wear it because he still loves or still fucks with the queen heavy. I mean, and the knight and the king are never going to flirt because, I mean, the knight, again, or the king, as we know, famously homophobic a little bit. Let's try with the affair angle again, right? King and the maid, they get down and dirty, and the queen does not really love that very much. So she is going to kidnap, maybe she kidnaps the maid, actually. Queen kidnaps the maid, and then the king saves his side piece, and he arrests the maid, or the queen, rather, taking her crown away. She's pissed off, and now, with this in mind, the knight can save the queen. There's no crown here. There's no crown here, but what happens if the maid and the king get married now? No, he still loves the... Why? I'm so confused. You're still in love with the queen who you arrested. You're not going to free her from jail, so you're not going to marry again, but you're going to keep her here forever? What the fuck is going on? Alright, so the knight saves the queen, and then he can't put the crown on because the king has it, but he can arrest the king. So the king is in jail. And the queen can take... The maid can take the crown, rather, is a better way to put it. And because she wants the crown, she will now marry... No. No, they're not. So we have half of it. But how do I get the maid to marry the knight? Because that only happens if... Well, maybe... I mean, I can make the maid save the queen again. And now they can fall in love. No, he's mad that she has the crown. Which means that maybe now she... No, she's still in love with him. You're such a simp. How do I get you to move on and marry anyone else? These two idiots are too in love with these kings and queens to move on. Settle. Settle. Do just settle for each other. You don't deserve royalty. Get your own crown. God. So we have the maid has a crown on. If the king kidnaps her now, he's pissed off. So if the knight saves her, and she'll take the crown again, right? Okay. So maybe it's something like this. Maybe what we have to do is maybe the king is arrested and he saves the maid. Let me try it that way. Let me try it this way, actually. Hang on. Let me try this again. From the top, So the knight and the maid have a royal wedding. So the queen is going to catch the maid and the king going at it, which they do, because they, I mean, apparently have zero self-control. And being a very reasonably level-headed person, she will arrest the king, taking his crown away before the maid comes to save her. And now the king is pissed, the maid is pissed, and we need the king to kidnap the queen, right? Like, this makes sense. So now there's no one with a crown, which means that the maid could technically take the crown, and now she's royalty. And I don't know if the king likes that. Yeah, he's pissed off about it. He's actually pissed as hell that the maid has a crown. So he is going to, I mean, well, we have to clear out the prison. So, so the queen is going to get saved by the knight. The king is going to kidnap the maid to get the crown back. And then the knight is going to save the maid. And now the maid can take the crown, and she's not in love with the king anymore because he arrested her. Meaning that her and... No, because he has to get over the queen. Can he watch an affair? No, they're just pissed as hell right now. They're super mad. And he still, I don't think, will get married, right? So we have part of it solved. We need the king to imprison the maid for her to be willing to, I mean, move on. But we also need the knight to hate the queen. What happens if we put this here? Oh my god, everything freezes. If we move all these panels slowly all the way over here, we can fix it piece by piece, I'm sure. Maybe? I don't even fucking remember. He's still in love with the queen, actually. This doesn't make a difference. So it has to start with this. It has to start with all this happening. And there's no way to take the crown because the queen still has the crown. So, I mean, maybe it's possible the queen arrests the maid and not the other way around. Maybe, no, because if the queen... Yeah, it has to be this way, huh? So, I mean, the issue we're running into right now is I don't know how to make the knight move on. So the king arrests the queen. The maid will not save her. I mean, the maid could also arrest the queen. And then the knight... I mean, now he's pissed at the maid, though, so they're not going to get married. So that's not the play. It has to be the king who arrests the queen. And then it has to be the knight that saves the queen. And now there's a crown available. The knight won't take it, but the queen will, and the maid will. So if the maid has the queen, or if the maid has the crown, and the knight watches it, it doesn't matter. She's still in love with the king. We need a way for her to get over the king and for the knight to get over the queen. I mean, so the knight has to get kidnapped by someone too. I think the knight has to be kidnapped by the queen. And I don't know how that happens. Well, actually, maybe this works. Maybe that might be the issue. So it's not the queen. Okay, hang on. Let me talk through this again. So the knight and the maid have a royal wedding. That means that the knight is going to watch the king have a sneaky little affair. And he is going to take matters into his own hands and arrest the king. And the king doesn't really like that. So when the queen comes back and saves it, she's pissed at the knight. And now she is going to betray her most trusted soldier. And the knight's in jail. And the only way for him to get saved here is if the maid saves him. So now what we have happening here is the knight is mad at the queen. Is he willing to... He's not in love anymore. Oh my god, okay, this is the first part. So now we need to find a way for the maid to get the crown. Will the knight kidnap the queen now? He will, and the maid will take the crown. And that's what we have to do. Oh. The knight will also take the crown now. But the issue is, I don't think the maid is still in love with the king. So I think what has to happen here is the maid takes the crown, and then the maid and the king have a moment, and the king is pissed that royalty doesn't have the crown right now. So he is going to save the queen, and then he's going to immediately after throw the maid in there, because they have been abusing this for God knows what reason. The knight is going to save the maid, and if there was some way to get one more panel here, they would fall in love and be married. But there might not be. Well, actually, maybe we do it this way. Maybe right now, so the king and the queen don't have beef. Maybe there's no affair for those two at all. So now he's pissed at the knight. That's what it is. Oh my god. The king and the queen, I mean, they get sloppy, but they don't fight. They're in love still. So now the knight can take the crown. And what's going to happen here is that the king's not going to like that. So he's putting the knight into prison. Knight goes right to jail. The maid saves the day. The knight gets his crown, and with both of them no longer in love, she's still in love. Just doesn't work. She needs to get the crown. It's the only way is if she gets the crown. Motherfucker. God damn it. All you do is bring me pain. The maid gets the crown. Oh, I don't have to make him annoyed. Oh my god, I was right the first time. I'm so dumb. I forgot how mechanics worked. Oh, that's what it is. So they don't have to see each other. So, okay, let's do this from the top. One more time. I apologize for making you guys watch this again, but here's how this is gonna go down. The knight and the maid have a royal wedding. For this to happen, the king needs to go to his faithful side piece, the maid. And while usually it's the queen who sees it, this time it's the knight, the king or the queen's strongest soldier. And he decides to take justice into his own hands to defend his queen, and he is going to arrest the king. Throw him in jail before the queen comes back and sees her, as she sees him, trustful, honest husband, locked up, and she gets pissed. She can't stand it that her knight has gone off the deep end. And so she is going to arrest him, even though he was doing the right thing. Only for him to be rescued by the maid, which is not super important. But with this in mind, now the knight is going to get revenge on the queen. He strikes back against his monarch only for the king to save her. Because, they have a whole complicated... things aren't great for them, but they somehow make it work. But while this is happening, good old maid, is going to take the crown, as anyone would. Any working class finding out the monarch is down, you take the crown immediately. And so she is inspecting the inside of a cage when the king strikes, takes the crown, locks her up, and she is beside herself. This king who she once loved, only to find out that the knight has come to rescue her instead. And now with the throne still open, the knight will strike. And with that in mind, and no love in any of their hearts, they can find each other and succeed. All it took was like 3 separate prison trials. It's a whole mess of a thing, but they got the job done. Which leaves us to the next one. Oh, it took like 20 minutes, right? Butler murders a murderer. For this to happen, I think the Duke has to take a gun. No, the Duke doesn't take the gun. No one will take the gun. How do we get the Butler to murder a murderer? So the Butler's the only one who can grab a gun here, which is interesting. Unless if the Duchess sees this, and then the Butler puts the gun back, is the Duchess going to grab the gun? No. If the Duke sees this, is he going to grab the gun? No, he still doesn't care. So this isn't the issue. So we also have a detective. Let's try it this way. The Butler has the gun, and the Duke is going to watch him talk about it, or going to watch him kill someone, rather. So he kills his wife. And now the Butler, or the Duke, is heartbroken. But I don't have any way for him to... Actually, wait, hang on. I have a thought process here. So for the Butler to murder a murderer, I think he still has to kill someone first. So the Butler takes the gun. The Duke is in the painting, and he watches his wife get killed. And then the Butler's going to put the gun back, and the Duke is going to pick it up, I'm assuming. And he wants to kill the Butler, right? He wants to kill the Butler, but I don't think there's a way for that to happen yet. So maybe he picks up the gun, he puts it right back. He's like, you know what? Violence isn't for me. I'm good. And while this is happening, I think maybe the detective's going to find the fingerprints, right? And what he wants to do now is he wants to arrest the Duke. No. He sees the ghost. He knows that the Duke touched the gun. Is he going to arrest him? No, he's not going to arrest him. But, I mean, if the Butler picks up if the Duke picks up the gun, and the detective approaches him, what happens then? He arrests him, which doesn't help. He arrests him for the murder of the Duchess. and he won't kill anyone. How do we get him to kill someone? Actually, what happens... I guess, what happens if the Duke sees this happening? No, he won't shoot him still. So I need a reason for someone to kill someone else. And I can't get anyone to pick up a gun unless he kills someone. If the Duke is here... I mean, I can't get the Duke to kill anyone. I feel like I have to be missing something. Yeah! The Butler has to kill someone first. That just has to happen. This isn't, like, negotiable. This has to happen. So, the gun is out, and the Butler is going to take it up. And he, I mean, off rip, immediately, to start the round, he's gonna go for a kill. And I guess to hide the evidence, he will put the gun back. And while usually in this situation, the detective would find fingerprints and he would know. I think what's gonna happen is the Duke is gonna muddy up the crime scene, get his dirty little hands all over it because he cares about more about this gun than his wife. And from here, the detective is going to inspect it and find the fingerprints. So this is where we're at now. So now the Duke is being framed. And the only person he can kill is the detective, and I don't know how to make him do that. Because right now, he'll arrest him. If the Duke picks up the gun now, he also gets arrested. So the Duke has to know that the detective's coming for him. Which means that maybe the Duke is going to sit in the painting, and he is going to look as... Duchess is dead. As the detective talks to the Butler, maybe. Oh! And he finds out he got framed. So he finds out the Butler's getting away with it, and he's going to be the criminal. So he, in a matter of desperation, grabs the gun. And while, you know, he could just, you know, just probably kill the Butler, he doesn't care that much. So he's just going to kill the cop. He's going to kill the cop because he would rather have a murder on his fucking... He'd rather have his body count go up by 1 than go to jail. Which, I mean, hey, if that's how you stand, that's all good. And then he puts the gun back. And the Butler, again, just because he can, he grabs the gun. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I want my boss dead. And the Duke, who now has a guilty conscience, is going to get shot dead by the Duke. Or by the Butler, rather. I can't talk. What a mystery level. Okay, we have Heartbroken. Haiti breaks 2 hearts. I'm gonna be honest, these levels are so fucking hard. I think is the best way to put it. I think they are incredibly, incredibly hard. So Heartbroken Haiti breaks 2 hearts. This only happens if 2 people love him. I don't know how he gets 2 people to love him. So first thought, let's make the witch a little bit spiteful, shall we? She gets a little bit pissed off. And she, as we know in her witch form, once she knows that Snowy's the baddest bitch in all the land, she's gonna turn her into a frog. Which, I mean, hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. And now, with her in frog mode, she will talk to Haiti, who's in love, but there's no mutual love here. So Haiti's in love with her, and she's kind of like, help, I'm a frog, can you save me? So if they kiss now, I mean, she's not really in love with him. She's kind of just like, yeah, I'm a person. So that's not the move. But maybe the witch gets pissed off again, and she finds out, you know what, the prince is hot? The prince is fine as hell? You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Who cares? So be it. If that's the way it has to be, then I am going for a double kill, and I'm making the prince into a frog too. And now, with this in mind, maybe Haiti's gonna talk to the prince and rizz him up, and now he's in love twice. And he's like, hey man, I think we could really have a special moment here. And I think that's beautiful in a lot of ways. But Haiti is instead going to make a move on the witch, who likes him. So now we have 2 hearts here. We need Haiti to break his own heart somehow. So the witch loves Haiti. What happens if she goes into frog mode? If the witch puts Haiti in frog mode, then what happens? Now he's also a frog. So we have 3 frogs. And if they start kissing, I don't think anything happens. You're a frog. You're a frog and you're heartbroken. That's 1 broken heart. Maybe the witch will kiss. No, she won't. Will she forgive him now? No. What happens if Haiti tries to kiss? No. What? Okay, I just have a bunch of frogs kissing. This feels like not exactly the ideal situation here. So no one can get out. They're in frog mode. No one is free. Let's try this a different way, maybe. Heartbroken Haiti. So Haiti has to get turned down in frog mode. This is Haiti here. He only gets heartbroken, I think, like this. Now he's not heartbroken, he's just pissed off. He only will break his heart if he gets turned down as a frog. Otherwise, he's just mad. So what happens if while this goes on, Snowy and the prince fall in love? Or maybe Snowy and the prince kiss? No. Maybe he has to find out that she's a frog, and now that he knows, now that they've bridged this conversational piece, Snowy and the prince will fall in love. So now these two are in love. So if Haiti turns them both down, it'll be two broken hearts. So I guess maybe with this in mind, maybe now Snowy gets turned back into a frog. Maybe the witch is gonna turn the prince into a frog. And then she's gonna turn Haiti into a frog. And now Haiti is gonna get turned down by the prince. And Snowy, no. So Haiti is heartbroken, but I don't know how to make him come back. She also won't save anyone. What happens if... So she'll make him a frog forever, too. Once the witch knows somebody is fine as hell according to the mirror, she holds a forever grudge. And that can't be walked back down. Let's try this again. Back to the grindstone. Okay, let me just go crazy mode, because usually these puzzles have some, like, involved, like, crazy solution. What if Haiti turns down the witch? And now, I think she's gonna turn him into a frog. And now, if he wants a kiss, Snowy's gonna say no. But he's not heartbroken. So maybe now, he turns down the witch for a kiss in the Tunnel of Love. And Haiti is going to meet Snowy, who is also, again, not super about her. He's in love and she's not. And before he can even find out she's not about it, she gets turned into a frog. And then Haiti goes, "Help, my beloved Snowy, please save me." And she says no, making him heartbroken. So now we have one half of the puzzles solved. Where do we go from here? I mean, witch has to hate Snowy. She's gonna hate Snowy. She always does. So Snowy is going to get turned into a frog. And then the witch finds out the prince is fine as hell. And she's going to turn the prince into a frog. So now we have a bunch of frogs here in the woods. And these two frogs are going to meet and they're going to talk. And they're going to say, "Hello, I'm a prince. Hello, I'm a queen. Let's make this work." And they're going to kiss, but it doesn't do anything because they're just two frogs. So they're just two frogs in love, which, I mean, hey, whatever gets the job done. But maybe, what happens if... Wait, is Haiti a frog still? Why is Haiti a frog still? Unimportant. This is probably fine. I was going to turn him into a frog anyway. But I think what happens now... I think we got to move all these over one. I think maybe the prince and Snowy are going to fall in love here. So they're in love. This is two hearts that are in love. And so now, when the witch turns the prince into a frog... And the two frogs meet in the woods and they're like, "Hey, we're frogs. You want to kiss a little bit?" Haiti's going to turn them both down. And Haiti gets the last laugh. Oh my god. There are so many fucking frogs in this puzzle. Family afterlife affair. Family afterlife affair. So, affair, family, they have to be related and they have to fall in love in hell, I guess, which is where all of the doors go. First thought is Tiny is the father of Peachy, right? And then... Well, we actually can't, for them to have an affair, because they will never have an affair. They have to find out they're related, I think, differently. You know, I'm realizing now this is going to be really complicated, because I don't know how the lineage command works very well. Okay, here's another thing I've learned from these puzzles so far, is if it starts, or feels like it should start with something obviously, usually it doesn't. So Kidnap we can't use, and Cliff we can't use yet, but we can use Fight. And let's just pick fucking two random-ass people. Bluey and Greenie, they got deep beef. For God knows what reason. And Greenie is gonna throw Bluey into prison. Only for Peachy to save the day. And now Bluey, I mean, they're not in love yet, but he's kind of a little more fond of her. And they will, I mean, I don't even think they needed an excuse. I think they would have just had an affair, because the dwarves kind of get down and dirty like that pretty quick, huh? Maybe there has to be another fight? Will Peachy fight Bluey? Does this do anything? Not really. Will Peachy fight... I mean, we have Tiny. Peachy fights Tiny, and now there's another fight. Which, I don't know if this does anything, but it's something. What happens if Tiny gets arrested by Peachy now? So, Peachy is in jail. And he's gonna be saved by... I'll say by Bluey. I don't really know. Who cares? We'll make Bluey do it. Can we get Peachy and Greenie to have an affair? Yes. Will they also... What happens if Peachy gets killed by Tiny? And what happens if Greenie gets killed by Bluey? And then do they have an affair again as ghosts? No, sorry. They do. Okay. So they're ghosts. But now we have to find a way to make them family. What happens if we change the order of this a little bit? What happens if now, for example... So they have an affair here. What would happen if they find out that... So Greenie's gonna die. What if Bluey is the parent of Peachy? So Bluey's the parent of Peachy, and Peachy dies. I mean, if Bluey finds out that Tiny's his son, he's probably not gonna kill him, right? Greenie, his son, rather. He does. They're chill, though. So I don't know how to make them fuck as... I mean, well... They were in love until this happened. What do I... Does the order matter? So I can't make an affair if... Because you know. Unless maybe they're ghosts and they're in love. No, that doesn't work. You guys have to have another way to find out you're related. How do I do this? Fuck! Oh my god. What happens if we do it this way? Does this help? Maybe? Tiny needs to die for some reason. Fuck me. God damn. These two will never fuck. Dude, this is so hard. This might work. No, this doesn't work because they're fucking related. So let's just do Peachy is the mom of Tiny and Greenie is the dad of Bluey. Fuck me, dude. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to fucking do this. I have zero idea how to do this. Maybe she's the parent of both? How do I get these two to both fucking... I'm looking at this, I feel like I'm going insane. Oh my god. Actually, not even a joke, I'm losing my mind trying to solve this fucking puzzle. This is me at my lowest. How do I do this? Oh my god. What a fucked up little puzzle this is. How do I get fucking anyone to do anything in this stupid fucking puzzle? Oh my god. I have to get rid of one of the fight panels. That is the only thing that works, is getting rid of a fight panel, and I do not know how to do that. These panels need to be here. There need to be 4 prison panels. The only thing I can try to do is change the relationships. And now Peachy arrests you. Bluey saves you. So Greenie kills Peachy. Bluey kills Tiny. They have an affair. They should already just have their affair, right? They're in love. And the only 2 people left? This was the craziest fucking puzzle. I don't even know how I solved it. Let me try to logic through this for it to make sense here for everyone watching. So, Bluey and Peachy are family. And Bluey sees his daughter making a move on Tiny, but then he sees his daughter's boyfriend making a move on Greenie. And he's pissed off about that, but secretly we learn that Greenie and Tiny are related. They are deeply related, and their whole relationship is very complicated and weird. And then Greenie and Peachy have a fight. And Peachy, being very level-headed and normal, throws Greenie in jail, where Bluey saves the day and feels nothing at all. He doesn't really care. But then Peachy and Tiny are reunited and in love once again, and are happy and good, and life is wonderful. But then Greenie, holding a grudge for Peachy putting him in jail, kills him, or kills her rather, throws her off a cliff. Bluey, getting revenge for his daughter rather, kills Tiny. The 2 ghosts are in love, and then, because of course things are needlessly complicated, we find out that Greenie and Bluey are related. Meaning this entire thing is one big family drama that didn't need to exist, and oh my god. But alright, the final puzzle. Lenora and Juliet catch their husbands cheating together, and we have 20 panels. This is the most we've ever had. I mean, I guess first thought, let's start the way we always do, with Edgar and Lenora. Finding love. And then Edgar, I think, is going to turn down Isabel, who, as we know, loves to poison people. She's a very logical person who totally doesn't overreact ever. So she gets the poison here, and this is going to kill Lenora, who is going to come back from the dead. How does Juliet get married? Juliet and Bernard get married. What happens if Isabella goes to the poison now? She'll poison. Okay. This doesn't work. So I guess what we can learn from this is that if you get poisoned, and come back to life, you will hold a grudge and you will try to poison the next person. So let's try... Juliet is going to marry Bernard. And she is going to drink up and she's going to die. And then she's, I'm assuming, going to come back from the dead. And she's going to try to poison Isabel. She's going to try to poison Isabel. But that's not going to work, and that is instead going to kill Lenora, who is also going to come back from the dead. And while this is happening, Bernard and Edgar are going to fall in love. And I guess that means that Lenora will watch this happen. She's not heartbroken, though. Neither of them are heartbroken. I guess because they died, they don't care like that. Let me try something different. Also, oh my god, this lags the game with this many panels. That's how you know it's a crazy puzzle. Okay. Edgar and Lenora fall in love, and then Edgar turns down Isabel. Isabel goes on a rampage, and maybe, you know what, let me try something crazy. Maybe Juliet dies. I don't know what to do with her yet, but Juliet's gonna die, and she's going to come back from the dead. She was kind of weird when she comes back, but she's back from the dead, and she is going to get her revenge. She's gonna grab the poison. And with this poison, which I think she's trying to kill probably Isabel with, I think maybe she has to kill Lenora, and now Lenora is dead. Lenora and Juliet catch their husbands cheating together. I mean, Edgar can get married now. Edgar can marry Bernard. Does this help? Maybe. Also, a seance is possible. What does a seance do here? Is he gonna try to poison Juliet now? He is. Okay. Oh man, the frame rate is slowly getting so much exponentially worse. What happens if someone gets married now? What happens if Edgar marries Juliet? No. No, because he's in love with Bernard. If they get married now, what happens if... No, because they're in love. So how do we get them to betray each other? They have to be mad at each other, which means there has to be a reason for him to not fully fuck with Juliet, so he has to learn something about her. Get rid of this. I feel okay about the first stuff, but also because I don't really have any confidence in anything else. Isabel and Edgar fall in love. Lenora gets turned down. Nope, I forget who's who. Lenora, sorry, this is Lenora. Lenora and Edgar fall in love. Isabel gets turned down. She gets the poison, which kills Juliet, who's a helpless bystander, and she comes back. And she goes, I want revenge. And she goes to get the poison to use on Isabel. But maybe Lenora drinks it and Lenora gets poisoned now. And I'm assuming she has to come back. But before that can happen, I guess maybe Edgar and Juliet get married. They're married now, and they are happily together. You can't have a seance. What is the seance for? So Edgar and so if Edgar and Juliet are married, and then Edgar finds out that his now wife killed his ex-wife, does he get upset? So now with this, is Edgar mad enough to cheat? Is, I guess, the question. Yes. Huh. Okay. So this is the loop. This is the gameplay loop. They get married, they find out that their ex was killed by their current wife, and then they move on. So this is important then. So how do we get it to happen again, though? We need it to happen with someone else. I'm going to get this out of the way. We need to have a way for Bernard to get married to probably... I mean, well, actually, definitely Lenora. So that means Lenora has to come back. So Lenora is back from the dead. And we, I guess... need to have another marriage. Well, what happens? So if you grab the poison now and you're gonna try to kill Juliet, what happens if instead, what if Bernard falls in love? Because now we know how to make these two fall apart. Bernard falls in love, and he's gonna fall in love with Isabel. And then Isabel, I mean, she did try to kill someone and did succeed in killing the wrong person. Now she's dead. And with her dead, Bernard and Isabel can fall in love. No, because she still loves Edgar. Well, what happens if Edgar turns her down? Edgar turns her down, and now she can marry Bernard. They get married. Okay, so they're married and they're in love. Gotcha. And now they need to cheat, which means that Bernard has to have a seance. Bernard has a seance and learns that his ex-wife was killed by his current wife. And with that in mind, I think that means... Wait, does this change things? Yeah, they won't cheat right now. He finds out his... Oh my god, he finds out his current wife killed his ex. They're in love. Lenora sees it. And then, once more, for good measure, Juliet also sees it. Oh my god. And that's it. That's the final puzzle. We are officially done. Okay, full disclosure, I had to go back and solve number 4. I had to go back, so it's a little bit out of order. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of Storyteller: The Lost Chapters. And now I'm sure there will be more levels coming out. There will be more mods and more other things to check out, which is super exciting. But that is, unfortunately, the end for right now. But as always, if you enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We have, believe it or not, a couple more Storyteller mods to check out, a couple more puzzle games I've been working on. Baba Is You, Patrick's Parabox, a whole bunch of other surprises, as well as my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Radstads, which just recently got partnered. So if you want more content, make sure to subscribe, check me out everywhere, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Thank you for being here. Wonderful, as always, and I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Peace.